Hi guys, hope you're well and thanks for joining me in my kitchen. So today, as always, I've got a delicious and very quick and easy recipe for you veggie lovers. It's a vegetable curry, simple ingredients that you can find in your local supermarket. And if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. With that being said, let's get started. The ingredients that you will need are, I'll just go through the vegetables. So we've got a few potatoes here. I've got some small aubergines. I've got 1 carrot, a couple of fresh tomatoes, a few onions. Now from there, one I'm going to keep, I'm going to slice it, and the other 2 I will puree it. I've got a courgette, I've got lodi here, which is also known as bottle gourd. I think I'm going to use just half of that. I've got a couple of drumsticks and I'm going to chop those up, and I've got green and red peppers and I'll use half of those. Now the potatoes, aubergines, carrot, the lodi and the drumsticks, I am going to parboil them, and when you boil them, make sure you don't overcook boil them because they can get mushy. And also I've got half a cup of peas, half a tin of chopped tomatoes, salt to taste, some curry leaves, half a teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, and half a teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste. Okay guys, so first what we're going to do is just prepare the vegetables. So I'm just going to peel some potatoes, and then I'm going to cut them into large chunks. The courgette, I'm not going to boil because that cooks really quickly. Try the whole thing, but I find it easier if I just chop them into small bits, and then I can easily remove the layer. And after we do this, we're just going to wash all the vegetables that we've chopped up, and then I'm going to pop them into a pot of boiling water to parboil them. And while that's happening, I'm going to show you what we're going to do with the onions. And now carefully pop the vegetables in. The water's hot, so you don't want to chuck it in. We're going to also add in the peas as well. So we're going to let this parboil for about 8 minutes. So while we're waiting for that, in another pot, I'm going to show you what we're going to do with the onions. Okay, so now we're going to peel the onions. So just peel all of them. And what I'm going to do is, with one of them, I'm just going to slice them up, and the other one I'm going to blitz in my processor. It's just that you just get the different textures, that's all. And with the third one, I'm just going to chop into small pieces. And then what I'm going to do is, in my pot, we're going to add some oil and some curry leaves, and we're going to fry the onions. So in our pot, add some oil, curry leaves, the chopped onions, and also the onions that we've pureed. And we're going to cook this until it's lightly golden. And just give that a stir. So I'm going to cook this on low to medium heat. I'm going to cover that, keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't burn. I've checked the vegetables. Now I'm just going to drain the water. I'm just going to keep that aside. Okay, so while the onions are happening, we're just going to prepare the peppers and the courgettes. So I'm just going to use half of the red pepper and half of the green pepper. Just take the top off and the bottom off the courgette, and these cook really quickly. They can easily get really mushy, so I'm going to keep them quite thick. And if you want to cut them in half, you can. I'm just going to leave them whole. With the tomatoes, the fresh tomatoes, what I'm going to do with them is I'm just going to slit them at the top like this, well at the bottom actually, of the tomato, and then I'm going to get a bowl of boiling water and I'm going to pop them in there so the skin will easily remove off, and then I'm going to chop them into small pieces once I've removed the skin. The peppers, there again, I'm just going to cut them roughly into large chunks. There you go. So at least they're all ready now. So when I need them, I can just chuck them in. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add in the vegetables in there. The ginger and garlic paste, chili powder, cumin, coriander powder, and the salt. And also we're going to throw in the courgettes as well, and the fresh tomatoes, and the tin tomatoes, and just gently give that a mix without breaking any vegetables. And then what we're going to do is cover this until it's cooked through nicely, and then we'll add the garnishings at the end.